Okay, I think we are live right now. Hello, everyone. People are still joining, I guess. It's going to take a few moments for everyone to see this stream being live. But anyway, we're going to get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Gandrabura, and today I'm joined by Galina Fendikevich. And today we are talking all things AI. Before we get started, I would like to give a quick intro of who I am and also pass it over to Galina to introduce herself. So I'm Anna Gunjabura. I'm the founder of English for IT in Techville. We are a work development company. We help tech professionals improve their language and communication skills. Right. And I'm also an AI enthusiast. And at English for IT, we work closely with AI, building AI solutions for our clients. And I think maybe a month or 2 months ago, I don't remember, I invited Galina to be a guest on my podcast, Power Skills for Success, where we talked about all things AI. And then we decided that we want to continue the conversation. And we decided to launch a series of AI workshops this month in November. So every week we are going to do a new workshop on an AI topic. But before I talk more about this series of workshops, I would like Galina to introduce herself. Hi, Galina. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm very excited about today's session. So would you please tell our audience a little bit about yourself, about your background, and what you're currently working on?
Thank you, Anna. So happy to continue our conversation. There's a lot to cover in the industry, so I'm really excited for this weekly series. And we'll go even beyond the actual tools. So I'm Galina Fendikevich. I'm an AI consultant in go-to-market and in AI tools training, hands-on, where I walk you step by step through some of my favorite tools that I use day to day and that you could also use on your own.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. And like I just said, we decided that we're going to run a series of workshops this month. And the first workshop that we are doing today, and don't get me wrong, it's going to be a workshop. It's not going to be a conversation because I know that Galina prepared some like really practical tips on top three AI tools you have to use daily and you just have to know, right? And I'm happy that I'm going to probably learn something myself as well. So, three tools. I usually get overwhelmed, and a lot of people get overwhelmed because in modern days, we have a lot of AI tools and for everything, right? Technically, for everything. But how do you pick? Galina, this is a question to you. How did you pick these three tools and why these tools? And what are the tools? Let's do it because we only have 30 minutes, so I want to make sure we cover everything important that you have to say today.
Yeah, first of all, it starts with a problem. Anytime I'm going through my work, there's a lot of busy work that everybody has to do, of course. And because I'm AI first, I always ask the question, is there an AI tool can help solve this? So I do Perplexity, which is a good research tool. I won't be showing now, but definitely use it. It's just a faster way to Google just top AI tools for AI note taking or for creating product requirements documents or for creating marketing collateral, whatever I have to do. I start and then I just sign up. So I've tested over 200 tools by now just by Googling, perplexing, signing up, and then does it solve my problem? Yes or no. And some tools are just so hard to get started. They're not intuitive. The landing page says one thing, the actual tool does another thing, which again does not solve my problem. And they have to be affordable. I sign up for multiple tools because that's just the state of the AI industry right now. There's not one magic tool. So if I have 20 bucks a month here, 50 bucks a month here, 100 bucks a month here, and I need to use a variety of tools, I can't be spending thousands of dollars each year on all these tools. So it has to be affordable, it has to be useful. And then the more I use it, the more I get comfortable with it. So it's really just product-led growth for a lot of these AI tools. You have to build something good and useful, and then people like me will adopt it.
I see. So, yeah, this is another thing. Do these tools that we are going, so which tools, three tools we're going to talk about today? What are they?
We are going to talk about Fireflies, an AI note taker, Castmagic, which turns audio and video content into written content, but not just for content creation marketing in the traditional sense, within tech, manufacturing, finance. And then we're going to cover my tips and tricks with ChatGPT or Copilot, depending on which one you use in your enterprise, so you can really get your hands dirty with ChatGPT. I know people are on a spectrum of sometimes they use ChatGPT, others use it more so than often, but I bet you won't know the things that I'm going to teach you.
I love this. I'm excited to upgrade my knowledge on these tools as well. And my other question before you can get down to talking about the first tool you want to start with, do you have to pay for these three tools in order to use them on the scale that you're going to show us today?
All of them have free trials. ChatGPT is 20 bucks a month, Fireflies is 20 bucks a month, Castmagic, I think they're like 50 bucks a month.
Okay, awesome. All right, so we're going to be using them on a more advanced like feature set, so that's why like you have to pay for that. Okay, Galina, so I am ready, and I think our audience is also ready. Let's get down to the first tool, and let me know if you need me to share your screen as well.
Amazing. Please do share my screen.
Awesome.
Thank you. So I'm going to start with why are we doing this? Why are we here? AI has swept the nation over the past couple of years, but really this year, the White House released the Winning the AI Race, America's AI Action Plan, which means that the United States government really sees AI as the driver for economic competitiveness. And that means that AI is no longer optional. It's a national directive to stay competitive globally. So, how do we get there? This requires a massive push toward AI literacy and skills development in the workforce. And that's what we're here trying to do. There's a lot of fear and hype around AI. Like, will AI take my job away? Can AI do everything end to end perfectly? So I'm not even needed. I'll be the first to tell you, you won't lose your job to AI, but you will lose your job to someone who knows how to use AI. And AI cannot do things end to end perfectly. It's not omniscient, like, it's not all knowing. And the state of AI is still extremely early. So you still have some time to hop on the bandwagon and get your AI proficiency up. And the way we're going to do that is to start incredibly small, but doing things that have high impact. So if you start using AI like an AI note taker, Castmagic, GPT, or Copilot, you can shave off a few hours a week just by incorporating these tools to alleviate that busy work. And if you could save 5 to 10 hours a week, what would you do with all of that extra time? So this is how we start compounding the effects of AI. I have three sample scenarios that I'm going to run through just because I know we'll get a wide audience and I want to cover as many bases as possible. But it's also to show you that the same set of tools can be applied across a variety of industries and a variety of departments within the industry. You just need to know how to use it, what to ask it, and then one tool can have that impact across the organization. So the first thing I'm going to do is have a sample scenario. Of course, I use AI to help me draft a lot of these things. I actually use Gemini instead of Copilot to help me come up with these sample scenarios. Um, so the first one is if you're at any tech or SaaS company and you are within the product management organization, um, all the white collar work has meetings for days, meetings on end. And what do you do with all of the meetings and the data and the different types of meetings? So I used an AI tool called 11 Labs to create sample conversations, audio conversations to mimic a lot of these meetings. And the first meeting is a product manager, a UX researcher, and a customer that are going over a product for this sample company. And the customer is giving feedback about pain points, the aha moment. And I'm going to show how you can use these three tools in a system to really get the most out of this one meeting and to generate the content or the documents that you need after. That will save you a bunch of time rather than going back, re-listening to the meeting. So first things first is we have Fireflies. So Fireflies is, again, my favorite note taker on this entire planet, because they're just so clean, they're so easy, and they're incredibly affordable. But if you just take a look at the way that these meeting recaps, these are all sample meetings that I generated, but the way that the meeting recaps are displayed is very easy to read. It is one line per each point. So I can get a quick context if I'm looking for a meeting, a previous meeting. I can just scroll through and see what each meeting was about in order to find what I'm looking for. When I click into this meeting, it gives you more of a general summary about this. These are very short AI generated clips, the action items for each, and any new notes on top of that. There is the transcript, but there's this Ask Fred chatbot. So if I want to give motivation to my product team or pull something out to hand over to marketing, I asked Fred to give me the direct quote from the customer for that aha moment. The customer mentioned that they were using the product, they had an aha moment. That is marketable, that is good. And I know engineers will love to hear about that as well, that the customer is having such a great experience with their product. So Fred then pulled out the actual direct quote for me. In addition to that, Fireflies has something called AI apps. These apps, think of it as like prepackaged prompts or templates for you that can run on top of this meeting transcript. These apps cover multiple departments: sales, security, product, marketing, HR, customer success, engineering, all of that. So I ran a couple of these prompts, like feature requirements. What are the features that the customer asked for? And then the features are listed, and it even gives you some ambiguities to go back to the customer and ask for more details. There is a user research template. So it says generate that captures the pain points and questions from the user. So from, again, the exact same meeting, you get the general summary, you get feature requests, you get this user research interview. So you get a lot of content out of the same meeting that helps you analyze and dissect the conversation in multiple ways. Moving on from the Fireflies, you can download the recording from this download button down here, and you can upload it to Castmagic. Castmagic is another Swiss Army knife tool that you can apply to a variety of use cases. So you create a space, and then when you create a space, I'm just going to create test. You can see that there are several types of meetings that can be digested by Castmagic, whether it's a podcast, a sales call, customer discovery, product management, a course or a webinar, or you can have a custom one. Again, this helps you get this like pre-packaged set of content. Of course, all the models underlying these tools are ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is a blank canvas. And where Castmagic and Fireflies shine is they do all that extra work on top of it to, again, like add guardrails, give you ideas on what type of outputs you want from these types of tools. So we're going to go into SAS when you upload the recording. It's just a sample name. It auto-generates this recurring content template. Again, it's doing the pre-prompting. What is the one-sentence summary? What are the product considerations? What are the feature ideas that the customer had? So you don't need to ask one by one within a GPT or Copilot environment. This just gives it to you, upload the recording, and you get all of this right off the bat without having to do any extra work. But if you wanted more, you can, of course, create your own section for whatever you're looking for. And they also have this chat capability. So now I can say, create JIRA tickets for engineering to intake the feature requests and the feedback. That's a completely generic prompt, by the way, because every organization has their own way of creating JIRA tickets. So you would want to say, create a JIRA ticket. You can even have a sample. They have like a upload a content sample if you have a sample JIRA ticket. Or you can say JIRA ticket with, one-liner, description, whatever ticket framework you follow. You just tell it to do it that way, and it will produce what you want. But I just did it, create a Jira ticket. So as the summary, the description, the acceptance criteria, um, and it created a few tickets, again, based on this one call. I asked it to create, in this call, there was a bug the customer had, so create a bug ticket. And it gave a lot of details, not only the description, the steps to reproduce, expected behavior, the actual behavior. So this just dumps a lot of information for your engineering team to work off of without, again, you having to sit there and write everything back. And then this is product and engineering. What about sales? So I asked it to write a short sales pitch based on the customer's feedback. The customer did say that there were some positives about it. We have to reuse this type of customer feedback, not only for product development, but also in marketing and sales. So you can ask it to write the sales pitch in here, but this is also where we go to ChatGPT or again, Copilot. So I uploaded all the files in a project. This is for the demo, but you can start a new thread. I uploaded all of the transcript files, and then I asked it to draft some marketing headlines. Again, very generic to start with, and it gave me some marketing headlines based on the customer feedback that I could deliver to my marketing team to help them send out this message to attract more customers about how great the product is. But after these headlines, I'm like, I want headlines like Don Draper from Mad Men. And this is one of my favorite ChatGPT tricks. You can tell it to adopt any type of persona, real or fiction, dead or alive, and it just understands the assignment. So Don Draper, sharp, emotional, deceptively simple. So we go from things like no more guessing which button to press, just plug in and go, to you don't need another dashboard, you need a moment of clarity. Confusion was your old workflow. And now it adopts that Don Draper persona to give me some like more emotionally tied, because rather than saying give me more emotionally tied headlines, I'm telling it to be Don Draper, and it just reacts so much better when it thinks like Don Draper rather than single word feedback, like make it more emotional. And then again, in the same thread, I asked it to create the same Jira ticket. So this is where you can start comparing which type of output styles you want. It has the description, the impact, steps to reproduce, and all of that. I'll pause here on this example, Anna, if you had any questions or you
Yes.
wanted to
This
add
is
some comments.
Yeah, this is awesome. I also wanted to comment on the 11 Labs. The way you use it is completely different from the way we use it at English for IT. Because 11 Labs, the way we've been using it, and the way ESL space uses 11 Labs is creating dialogues for lessons, for your language lessons.
Mm.
So technically, our teachers and our team, so what they do, they use 11 Labs to create mini dialogues where, with 11 Labs, for example, you can prompt it to create a dialogue between people from different nationalities, so their English is going to have accent. So this is like an interesting way to practice listening to people with different accents. But also the reason why our teachers also love this tool is because they can create really targeted dialogues based on the topic that their students, their learners need, right? So it's not like the typical dialogue from the textbook where it's very generic, it's general. But for example, one of our teachers can create, or not one, like our teachers can create a specific dialogues that are specific to the industry their students are from. Like, let's say software engineers or project managers, a conversation between a project manager, software engineer, I don't know, graphic designer. So I love this tool. I think it's really cool. And it's interesting. I did not expect that you can use it in like other ways, but obviously you can use it in many different ways. I mean, there are certain tools that we use at English for IT as educators. And but you see, like, it's interesting because you can use these tools for like other industries. So definitely, if you are watching us from different space, if it's not like, if you think that you might not need this tool, it's worth trying it, because you never know how it's going to play out in the realm of your work right now. So that I wanted to add that.
Yeah, it's such a great Great tool. And again, you have to start with the need first. What do I need to do? I need to mimic conversations, like workplace conversations for this workshop. And I knew about 11 labs and I just started in. And guess what? It solved my problem, especially for having different speakers, multi turn conversation. So now I'm like, okay, anytime I do a workshop, I'm definitely going to use 11 labs and paste in my script and use their text to speech
Yeah,
capability.
absolutely. Well, back to ChatGPT, you shared one of your favorite tools is like, talking about persona. We actually talked about, um, we talked like you gave a lot of useful tips in our podcast. So I will repost it one more time for people who are watching this or on like ChatGPT and other things. One of my favorite tools, well, no, not tools. Well, one of my favorite things on in ChatGPT these days that I started using. Again, it's available in the paid version. It's creating a project. So anytime I know that I am going to, I'm going to like, so there is a task, and I know that it's not like at one time I'm going to ask ChatGPT about something about this task and that's it. I know that I'm going to come back. I know that I'm going to, even like for example with our series that we are running, right? I of course, like when brainstorming and writing the description and other things, I, instead of just creating a new chat, I created a project where in the project you can give some instructions of what you're working on, what's it going to be, what you need, and things like that. So anytime, for example, for our first episode I did that, for our second episode I'm going to come back to the same project, and I don't need to repeat myself because the chat already knows what I'm looking for. So I can just like say, hey, create the description of my second episode, this is the topic of my episode, and these are the speakers. So I love the project. So like when I'm working on a project, I definitely created in ChatGPT instead of just doing the chat. It's really helpful, and it learns from the information in this chat. For example, if you have like something running for weeks or months, yeah, it's not going to forget because it's all the information is there. So I like that as well. Actually, we have a question from our audience,
Mhm.
Galina. Will you share these prompts with us, with the audience that you have just shared? Is there like, have you thought about it? Is there any chance you want to share the prompts maybe on your LinkedIn page or somehow, maybe we can send the audience your LinkedIn page and you can write a post where you post these prompts, for example, or some handout?
Yes, do you mean this GPT prompt or the example
Yeah, like
scenario prompts?
whatever you just screen shared with us.
Yep, yeah, I can share it. I can
Okay.
also post on LinkedIn, and then I don't know if you got people's contact information, but like can
No,
send
we don't. We
this
did not.
out.
This is an open event, so we did not require a pre-registration for it. That's why I think the easiest way would be to send people to your LinkedIn page, where, like, in the coming days, you can just like share more information about this. So I just posted in the chat. I just posted your LinkedIn page, link to your LinkedIn page. So you guys, if you want to ask Galina any questions about what you heard, if you want to find the prompts that she shared, that she screen shared today during the stream, feel free to connect with her on LinkedIn. And yeah, you can find the information there.
Yeah, you can also just literally screenshot this right now and then copy and
Okay.
paste.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
these are,
and then
yeah. Mhm. Go for it.
yep, and then if you if I think this can be downloaded in some way, I don't know yet, but if you can download this, if you have like YouTube Premium, download this video and upload it to Fireflies, then you can also ask it what prompts did Galina share in the workshop. But yeah, we'll find a way to get all the information too.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is a so you can actually do it with the practicing right away. Okay, yeah. So I actually screenshotted myself now. I am also going to follow up on my LinkedIn page, sharing this as a follow up after our stream today. Okay, sounds good. Do you so are we done sharing, or do we still do you still want me to share the screen?
I have a couple of more examples.
Let's
I
do
know
it.
we
Let's do it
have,
because we have 5 minutes
yes.
left. So, Galina, whatever you want to wrap it up with, it's your call.
Sounds good. So with this finance example, this is a financial planning and accounting analyst. There's a vendor contract. They want to renegotiate. The CFO says we need to save money. Go find money. Go evaluate and do an internal audit of this vendor. See if we can cut the price down from them. So the analyst goes, talks to the procurement manager, the CTO, the head of operations, and asks, how has this vendor been? Have there been any incidents? Just a lot of questions around it. And this is an example of where I have multiple recordings. So this is going to be a fun one. Let's dive into first Fireflies. Again, another reason why I love it is because I want to ask, like, okay, I have this vendor 5 recording. Like, let's say I had multiple conversations with CTO, head of operations. I have like, as you can see, all these vendors. And this Fred chatbot, I can ask per call. But there's also a your entire meeting history Fred chatbot. So I can ask, what are the issues with vendor X, and it will search my entire meeting database and consolidate the information across the multiple recordings in order to give me this finalized list because the information exists within all of these multiple recordings, and Fireflies allows you to get it all in one place. So as you can see, key findings, invoice complexity is from one call, system uptime is from the CTO call, technical and integration challenges from another call. So I can just get this one consolidated summary again without going and re-listening to each call or reviewing my notes from each call. Fred chatbot allows me to do that. Same thing with the AI apps that I showed and the Ask Fred chatbot. Vendor 4. There we go. So the AI apps, I had infrastructure costs, like estimate the areas because the CTO mentioned like it added infrastructure costs in the integration. It gives you a summary on that. And then a financial breakdown, like how much did the company have to pay to do custom development work for this vendor? And what was the contract value? So the AI apps offer multiple areas of evaluation. And then the SaaS, sorry, not SaaS. We were in finance. This also allows you to go one by one into each call and really get all of that content. So what were the 7 key themes? Like there was a breach of contractual time. What were the action items? What were the key discussion points? There's this magic chat that allows you to select which calls um, which calls you want to do. So I could select all 5 calls and then I click chat. And then I could ask, what are the 3 most compelling quantitative arguments and the vendor's likely counters? Because this is a negotiation. Hey, you breached this SLA. So what is our argument? And then we can start modeling out what would the vendor say. So again, this is like ChatGPT experience against your calls a little bit more. But I want to go one step further and I want to draft a renegotiation letter for the vendor, but I want to be like Bobby Axelrod from Billions because he's ruthless. So now GPT adopts Bobby Axelrod and then goes through all of the issues again after I uploaded the transcript about what were the SLA breaches. And it has these like beautiful nuggets where it's like SLA compliance isn't aspirational, it's contractual. Yes, that is a Bobby thing to say. So you can start adopting again that persona as you go through the vendor. And then really quick, manufacturing. Manufacturing in the US has been very lagging behind in AI adoption because, again, of the fear and the hype. But if you take like a R&D handoff to the process engineer to production, there's all these technical terminology. You can do the same thing where you can write a short follow-up email, ask Fred about what were the main points of the handoff, and now send it off to your coworkers. Within Castmagic, you can get the meeting update as well, but you can also ask Castmagic to highlight the 3 highest risk failures and draft a standard operating procedure now that this new formula from the manufacturer is going into production. I also used ChatGPT to write a handoff document, but that would be compliant and write it like a regulator would. So again, now it adopts a persona of being super detailed in how an actual regulator would want to see this standard operating procedure document. And again, GPT is just really good for that long form content creation, document generation. And then you can ask GPT, write some marketing headlines based on how this formula operates or sales pitches. So
I
that
love
is
it.
my last bit of speed running through the other examples.
I love it. I love it. We have a question. Would this meeting be available for rewatching? Yes, it's going to be saved and recorded on YouTube and also LinkedIn. So feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also feel free to connect with Galina and myself on LinkedIn. You can find the links. I added the links to Galina's LinkedIn here in the comments, and also my LinkedIn here as well. Awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Galina. You guys, if you want to follow up with us, feel free to reach out on LinkedIn, like I said. And good news, this is our first episode of AI series workshop. We're gonna run them every week for the whole month of November on Wednesdays. On Wednesday at 12 p.m. EST, 9 a.m. PST. Galina is in the Pacific time zone. I'm in the Eastern time zone. So next week, Galina, have we decided which topic we're gonna do next week?
I'm not sure.
But I think, let me see. I think, okay, so I think next week we're going to do the talking about AI twins. Yeah. For example, would you rather work
Coaches.
with a AI coach or a human coach? Why? Why not? So I am really excited about this topic because I work in an education space as a coach, as an instructor. Like, I have a team of instructors, and this is something that we've been talking about, right? Would learners be willing to work with an AI teacher, for example, AI English teacher, or would they be willing to work with the human teacher? Would they be willing to work with an AI business coach or a human business coach? So I'm excited to pick your brain, Galina, to hear what you think about it and also share what I think. So if you guys are interested to learn more and speculate on the idea of AI instructors versus human instructors, join us next Wednesday, same time, same place, right?
Yes, we'll see you there. I have a lot of thoughts, including I just hired a personal trainer. So is he going to be replaced by AI? We'll see.
I'm excited. You mean a fitness personal trainer? Fitness trainer?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to talk about fitness trainers, teachers, coaches, maybe some other jobs that are already being replicated by AI. So I am excited to talk about this. Thank you so much. Thank you, Galina, for your time, for sharing your knowledge, and such a practical, piece of information that you shared with us. I'll see everyone next Wednesday.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.